Hey guys, if you're new here and you like what I'm putting out, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload. Alright, so we've got to talk about Dark Spectre because in the recent comic Edge of Darkness with the Phantom Ranger, there was a big lore dropped on the character Dark Spectre that is infamously known from Power Rangers in Space, and also infamously known for being the same suit as Malagor from the Turbo Power Rangers movie. But in this episode, we get a bit of a lore dump on Dark Spectre. So it's on page 12, page 26 of the... Oh, I lost the page. Where'd it go? Give me a sec. There it is. So in page 26, we got this big info dump in Edge of Darkness, where we see that Lady Fiona, or Faina, however you want to pronounce her name, had a vision of Rita and the good things that will happen to her. Like over here, you see her becoming Mystic Mother, and then you've got her husband, Eldon, who becomes Master Vile. But this line is very interesting, where she says, "He saw something darker. He heard a voice. Dark Spectre poisoned his mind. He became obsessed with bringing this god into our new dimension, but Eldon and Dark Spectre's other acolytes soon understood that Dark Spectre is an entropy incarnate, the opposite of the morphin grid of life, and our universe is hostile to his true form. Eldon would need a vessel, someone who he could hollow out for Dark Spectre to inhabit." So, Dark Spectre, we learn in this comic, is from another dimension, which we could kind of guess because he was from the World in Furnace, and the World in Furnace could mean a lot of things when it comes to the Power Rangers universe, because if I remember correctly, in the Turbo Power Rangers movie, Divatox was trying to summon Malagor from the pits of hell, and that could be another way of summoning, we'll say they're the same race. We'll say, for the sake of this video, they're the same race because they're the same outfit. And they could be totally different people and beings and stuff like that. So we'll go with they're the same race but different beings. So there needs to be some kind of sacrifice to summon Dark Spectre to have them as a vessel. So Dark Spectre wants Rita as a vessel. And then we learn in Heir of Darkness that Dark Spectre is recruiting a bunch of children. We see one for Divatox, we see one for Corone, with how she became Astromina, and I'm under the speculation that the whole reason why Dark Spectre was doing that was because he could use their bodies as vessels later down the line. Because when we see Dark Spectre talking in the show, he's mostly floating through space. Now, he does get blown up in the end of the series by Dark Honda, where he flies the ship into him and he blows himself up. That's how he gets destroyed. But we never see him, physically interact with the Rangers here and there. He's mostly this godlike being, and you only see him in certain shots where he's interacting with Astromina, like in the finale where she's on that big rock. And you could say that maybe he's a hologram. Maybe that's not really him talking. It's his image being projected. So there's a lot to speculate with this character. And like I said in my review for Edge of Darkness, how long has this character been on Earth for? Because if he gets resurrected at the end of this comic, let me jump to that page. I believe it's page 40. Page 40. Where he's coming out of the lava, where you can see the claw rising. So one could speculate that's how he gets out of... He finds a body to inhabit, which who knows what that body's going to be later down the line. It could be maybe it could maybe be an Imperial that he inhabits. It could be like the deceased of the planet that blew up. We don't entirely know, but if he gets resurrected at the end of this comic, then it shows that he's somewhere out in space plotting until we see him show up in the main franchise, like Turbo, not the end of Turbo. I think he gets name dropped in Turbo, and then he appears in Power Rangers in Space. So he was probably hiding in the background planning, which is also very interesting because we get to see him in the flashback many years ago for Psycho Green, with how he became Psycho Green. And that's another debate. Was this character alive and well back then, or was it someone... wait, let me go back and read Psychopath, because there is something very interesting, or Psychotic, so let me go back and read it. Alright, I'm back. So, in the Psychotic bonus story, it was in the Psychopath, so you see Trek going to this planet, and Dark Spectre, you don't really see too much of them in this comic. You see the big pool of lava, you see this mysterious being talking, and you see Dark Spectre, they're talking, and it looks like Dark Spectre is talking through them, because you see their eyes glowing very mysteriously, and then after it finishes, where is it? They wake up and they have no idea what's going on. They say, please let me go. So they had no clue of what was happening when this happened. So Dark Spectre has some kind of ability to possess people that we see in this comic. So that's some interesting bit of information if you tie it all together. Now, what Dark Spectre's role is going to be in moving forward in the comics, I don't really know, because he could be in hiding, but everyone in the comics brought up that Dark Spectre's this major threat. They don't like him. Zed wanted to get rid of him. Zed was like sort of at war with the guy that we saw in one of the annuals. We see in the Zordon's flashback that Dark Spectre's out there destroying planets, although I don't think he's resurrected at this point, unless we learn in Zordon's flashback that Dark Spectre was alive at some point and then gets resurrected. So we're not entirely sure of what happens when it comes to Dark Spectre in this comic, but I'm excited to see what happens with the character moving forward. So let's quickly jump back to let's jump back to the Edge of Darkness to look at that page with Dark Spectre. Alright, so it was page 26. Let's jump back to page 26. So we learn that there's also this interesting line here: the morphin grid of life in our universe is hostile to his true form. So does that mean the big magma form we see is not his true form, it's something he takes on? Although I do like that form, and seeing it drawn in the comics like this is really freaking awesome. So if there's another form that we have not seen, that would be very interesting. Now, learning that he's a god is also an interesting bit of information. He is very powerful in the Power Rangers universe, although we never saw his true potential. We don't see how he rose to power, but we just know he's a powerful force out there destroying planets and conquering the universe. So it makes sense that he's a god, because mythologically stuff, the mythos in Power Rangers, I'm stumbling over my own words. The mythos in Power Rangers is no stranger when it comes to stuff like demons that we saw in Lightspeed Rescue, or the, what were they called in Power Rangers Samurai? The Master, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. The bad guys in Power Rangers Samurai. I forgot what they were. Let me bring it up really quickly. On Power Rangers Wiki. Let's find it. What were they? Master Xandrid. I want to get them right. Master Xandrid. It starts with a the Nilox. That's what I was thinking of. The Nilox. So the Nilox are sort of based on Japanese mythology. If you look into it, how they're demons. Who I do have a video planned on the Sanzu River, where I will talk about the whole mythos of the Sanzu River in the Power Rangers universe. It's a video I've got planned. It's how I just want to execute it with actual Japanese mythology. That's a little sneak peek right there. But I do wonder if Dark Spectre is going to return in the comics, because for him to get resurrected, and all these big players in the Power Ranger comics, you've got the Imperials, you've got the actual master pulling the strings for the Imperials, which is one of the Eltarians that starts with a Z. They all escape my name. The bearded one, that's the one I'm thinking of. But he's like the main antagonist for one of the arcs. You've got Zed on Earth doing his thing, and now you've got Dark Spectre alive, and whether we see him make an appearance in the comic will be very interesting later down the line if that happens. But I don't know, there's so much to go over, so much to speculate when it comes to this comic moving forward, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm hoping we get another Darkness comic or another Unlimited comic that is connected to all of this, because it seems like that these Unlimited series are connected to the main comic that we're reading right now, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen next moving forward. So with that said, I think I'm going to bring this video to a close. What are your theories and what are your speculations on Dark Spectre moving forward? Do you think we'll see him in the comics? Do you think we won't see him in the comics? Tell me in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn on all notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, bye bye.